You got to stick it out with the tried and true, as the Inkling is here alongside the Pikachu for game 1 of top 64. Starting out on Town and City, what do you think about this pick?
Town and City, obviously the main thing is that you have so much space to move around in, and I can't lie, with Inkling's dash, it's very, very good. On top of that, with Neeroz himself, you can get a lot of resets as well on these platforms, especially with those uppers. As we can see, he tried going for it right there and then trying to get a reset, but you know what? Shaneak's gotten his hands on that little yellow rat, already dealing 59%. Splat bombs come out, back air's flying out. Everything's going to hell right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, just kind of launching himself off the side of the stage here and has kind of been stuck here for a little moment. But again, Shaneak's way of getting out of the corner is so incredible. And we can just see a very delicate game being played, spacing out these back airs. I love the fact that Shaneak is so good at going from really delicate, precise neutral to this monstrous advantage state. I see combos from Shaneak that I've never seen before in my life, and that's the thing with Shaneak, you know, and Inkling in general, is that you've got this sort of generic idea of the combo routes that you're going to go for. You're going to get some nairs into back airs or whatever, but Shaneak mixes it in so well that I feel like I see something new every single time I watch Shaneak play.
I think they're definitely a testament to his skill. It definitely is in his punish game, and second, just the way he's able to convert off his set punishes, right? I mean, like you said, Inkling does struggle to kill, but in Shaneak's case, I feel like he's actually fairly consistent. You know, even back in like last year with Tea Party 1,
yes,
even taking a set of Bloom Forever, the guy's been a Wi-Fi grinder, and honestly, he's paid off so well. 167 right now. I said he doesn't struggle to kill, but once again, Inkling proved to be that character, but the down tilt's going to take it at 180. Nice.
Yeah, finally losing that stock there. But of course, it's a really difficult one, and this is why I almost questioned the Town and City pick, because obviously Town and City having a really high upper blaster means that Inkling's one of their main kill confirms being the up throw upper, as well as the up smashes. That is a real kill option that Shaneak likes to go for a lot, but you're going to be killing a lot less. You're going to be killing a lot later with those two options now because of those high ceilings. But again, it doesn't matter when you've got the damage output that Shaneak has got, and trying to end the stock right there, end it in style, and you can see that Shaneak's proficiency in the matchup, the attempt of the SDI up from the down smash. If you do SDI, you have to have pretty damn good SDI, but you can get out of that down smash from Pikachu. Didn't quite work out in that situation, but again, I don't know, I've got a suspicion that Shaneak and Agent are quite close friends and they play a lot.
Oh, they definitely play a lot, man. I'm telling you, man, these Wi-Fi kids are crazy, man. I don't know what they do, man. They just play Smash all day, but Shaneak and Agent are very good friends, so he's very proficient in the matchup, like you said. But my God, like I want to highlight this guy's conversions. He goes for the booyah, gets the first hit of that booyah into the forward air, and follows up with the landing splat bomb. I've never seen an Inkling do that.
Yeah,
at all.
And again, when you know, we talk about how a lot of players sort of gave up on this character, right? Saying that, you know, this character doesn't have what it takes in the current meta. But when you've got somebody that is willing to push the character forward, and that's the thing, Shaneak is pushing the meta of this character forward each and every time. And that is why we're seeing the new stuff. That is why we are seeing something unique each and every single time. And I feel like Neeroz has almost not necessarily forgotten the matchup, but you probably haven't played an Inkling this good in a very long time.
Most definitely. So definitely a character, once again, like now in the current meta, we don't see as often. And truly, when I watch Shaneak play, I wonder why. Like, this is absolutely crazy. He's got so much control of this situation right now, forcing Neeroz to be playing a little more on the passive side, spamming those T-Jots and trying to find his way in, force his way in either, but he's going to get grabbed in return, splat himself into the down smash, but that's not going to work out, not just yet. But I can't lie, the momentum is definitely in Shaneak's favor, and it's going to result in an amazing up smash to seal out that game one in a very convincing manner.
Just the little hop, just as the up smash came out, and the immediate reaction on the roller, that was just incredible from Shaneak. And of course, you know, a pillar of accolades there from Shaneak, having a real easy time making his way into top 64. I commentated Shaneak Cars yesterday, and let me tell you, I said it yesterday, and I will say it again today. If Shaneak is playing like he was yesterday, there is a real chance he wins this tournament. And the thing is, you mentioned Tea Party 1, right? And that's the peak that Shaneak can get. When you've beaten Lugi, Pelly, Curry, and Bloom twice in one tournament, the fairy tale run, that just shows the peak of your skill. And of course, Neeroz as well having a pretty nice run into top 64.
0 to -1, that's crazy.
I was going to say, Quackery is having none of it.
I don't even know what that means. Like, that's a crazy. I don't know. Only the French could do such a thing. But I don't know. There's some sort of like. I know this sounds really corny, but there's some sort of like glimmer in Shaneak's eyes today.
Yeah.
I can just tell he's on like top form or something. I'm not even sure. Like, because I mean, this guy's like known for having a very, very bad mental. The kid, like, I've always seen him like sad tweet after events and whatnot, saying this, that. But today, I don't know. He just genuinely feels like he's in like peak performance. And if what you were saying yesterday rings true, with him playing that well, but I can't lie, he could definitely be in contention.
For sure. And I think that's a real scary part. And we're seeing it already here, right? You know, Shaneak has got a really, really good grasp on Neeroz's game plan, sort of being able to deal with the Thunder Jolts in the corner really, really efficiently, and then playing really safe. And then once the opportunities come, because Pikachu does not give you many opportunities, don't get it twisted. Yeah, so Shaneak is able to capitalize on each and every single one so well. I must admit, he's been hit by a lot of Thunder Jolts this time around. I'm wondering whether the Hollow Bastion pick maybe not quite working out as well. Again, it was Neeroz's counter pick, so I guess it's working out pretty well for him at the moment.
Definitely working out very well for him right now. But there we go. Shaneak's just taking his time now, getting his way in, and I just, once again, I love the way he's able to follow his opponent almost perfectly. It just adds an extra layer to Inkling's, like you said, linear game plan, but Shaneak adds a whole other dimension to it. Getting the down air into the roller, but it feels like Neeroz was ready for it, but wasn't ready for that down air into the up smash. Perfect from Shaneak. Really evening things out, but Neeroz once again hot on his tail, hot on the offensive. The back air is going to snuff out any sort of approach Shaneak wants to offer.
I feel like Shaneak, I've really got to commend Shaneak's sort of split-second situational awareness, right? You know, side B across the stage is not something that you're necessarily ready for. And Shaneak being ready for another option, saw it, was just able to quickly split-second react to know the perfect option in that moment. It's so good. But again, both of these players at the moment, it's a very, very delicate moment here. Both of these players, both of these characters especially, very, very evasive, very much able to avoid getting hit time and time again. And we are going to see the forward throw. We want to keep the back throw fresh and the up throw up air not on the cards at the moment. Pikachu at too high a percent.
Way too high of a percent. There we go, getting the back throw finally. A little dash dance. I mean, evasive, like you said, was the perfect word to describe both of these characters. Both of them being very rat-like. I mean, Pikachu is a literal rat, but nonetheless, rat-like up smash coming out from the rat himself. Beautiful stuff from Neeroz. Beautiful stuff indeed as we start this fresh stock, second stock on both sides. I wonder how things are going to change for now. Both players seem very evenly matched in this game. Neeroz seems to have found his footing already. There we go, going for these nair loops. Beautiful stuff, carrying him across the stage. Once again, precision is definitely one of Pikachu's strongest points here. And when you are that precise, it pays off so well. 70% already.
And that was something we really didn't see in the first game, right? It felt very much like Neeroz was getting, you know, a few of these Thunder Jolts and then sort of here and there getting the odd back air into the 1-2 pieces. But being able to get 70% off the bat, I've got to commend Shaneak DIing towards the platform just to make sure that the nair loops didn't continue. And it made Neeroz have that split-second mix-up of, am I going to have to continue a combo on the platform? And it forced Neeroz to finish that combo a little bit earlier. I saw nair loops to 130% during pools yesterday.
Crazy. And the scariest thing about that is, it's not as hard to even commit, right? You have this multi-hit nair, which you can very easily move out of at any time, back to safety, given that you mess up at any point, right? But when it does work, you get so much value out of it into the dash like Neeroz. A very, very hot second stop for him.
Dash attack is such a jarring option from Pikachu, right? Because you've got this character that, on the whole, plays very, very slowly, sort of likes to dance around your range and make you commit to something stupid, and then you get the back air, and then you get the down throw, and then suddenly it gets a lot better. But the dash attack just being a sort of like straight in option, it does catch people off guard, but Shaneak, even though being caught off guard in that situation, manages to even it up without too much of a deficit here with that lovely roller into the up smash and only 37% behind.
Did notice Shaneak shake his head a little bit after taking that second stock from Neeroz, maybe trying to get back, psych himself back into the mood here. And I really hope he does, because at 50% right now, you know, you're at a little bit of a deficit, but Neeroz right now is playing so hot, getting all of these interactions, really maximum stage control. That down smash would have been so deadly if it actually fully connected, but Shaneak's able to get himself out of the situation there. Get back to stage, but Neeroz still, once again, Hornet still just not letting him land at all, Joycey.
I'll say these forwarders are putting in so much work for Neeroz right now. Shaneak trying to get back to center stage, but it's just clamoring and getting hit here and there and everywhere, and it just feels like the Neeroz show at the moment. But again, we've seen what Shaneak can do, but it definitely feels like Neeroz has just turned up the jets a little bit and is playing at such an aggressive pace.
Yeah, very high tempo right now from Neeroz. Once again, every time I blink, I look back. We're back to a familiar situation of Shaneak struggling to get back to stage. It's almost, especially on my left from the side of the blast zone there. And immediately trying to land there, Shaneak's just met with a up smash to the face, clearing out that stock. And that was a very convincing response from BMS's own Neeroz.
I think Neeroz has got a real good grasp on Shaneak's movement habits. That last interaction there, we saw the Nair come down on shield, and Neeroz ran all the way to center stage, chasing Shaneak, just trying to get out of the corner, because again, after you're getting ledge trapped time and time, you're getting hit by the 4th, 5th, 6th forward air, all you want to do is reset the situation. You want to get back to neutral as quickly as you can. And Neeroz just capitalizing on that desperation that we saw right at the end there and got that beautiful conversion as well. I think Shaneak, again, we saw a couple of head shakes. We saw a couple of grimaces here and there. I think, you know, Shaneak has proven he can do it.
Definitely.
But I think Neeroz is sort of turning it up a little bit, and it's going to take Shaneak readjusting and not panicking. That's the big one, because the moment you start panicking, Neeroz has already proven that dire consequences await you.
Yeah, Neeroz showing an example of, you know, he lost that first game, but it adapted very well. I mean, if he can do it, why can't you? Right, Shaneak can, and knowing Shaneak, knowing this kid, he definitely can. He's such a skillful player, and you know, stuff like this shouldn't be able to get him down. I know he can bounce back in these situations. As we start this game 3, Neeroz already hot on his tail once again. Continuing off that momentum from that last game.
I have got to talk about Neeroz's parries, man. The fact that, you know, last game we saw 2 back airs in a row, the neutral air on the way down getting parried. It feels like Neeroz almost remembered one of the real weaknesses of Inkling, and it's that whenever Inkling's coming down with an aerial, for the most part, they've got similar timings, particularly against Pikachu, who is a very small character, can be very hard to hit with landing aerials. And so Neeroz is just really making the most, and it's making Shaneak think twice about going for these landing aerials, particularly the back air, right? You typically consider it as a borderline unpunishable move, and yet Neeroz is getting these big punishes off an option that Shaneak should realistically, against 99% of people, be able to throw out for free.
Most definitely so, and it's just a matter of Shaneak, and I think he needs to sort of disconnect from the situation right now, try and play as safe as he can, really observe. Let Neeroz get into your face right now, because even though he's throwing out a lot of moves, there are still some very slight gaps that I know Shaneak can exploit. Right?
Just trying to get in there with a dash grab and getting caught with a back air. Nonetheless, Shaneak with a little sign of life here. But again, the reset to neutral. We're not seeing these long advantage strings that we're normally used to seeing from Shaneak, just sort of electing to stay in the corner, slow things down a little bit. Again, going with that slower pace, it does give you that bit more time to just think about what you can do. And just Neeroz again with this close quarter aggression, just being able to get so much going with the up throw up air, not quite going to work out. Trying to get the tech chase there with the roller, but the platform saving Neeroz from an untimely fate.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like, bro, that Nair that Neeroz has and the way he's utilizing it is so stupidly broken. He's using it as a way to not only as a combo tool into itself or into that up smash, he's also using it as a way to disengage from Shaneak when Shaneak gets a bit too close, you know. Not an out of shield, but once again, there we go. Not an out of shield option, but as soon as he gets close, launcher pops open that neutral air, and Shaneak keeps getting hit by that.
Oh, and we can see there a little bit of conditioning going on. We've seen time and time again that Shaneak would be holding shield at ledge, and Neeroz would go for an aerial and then go for something else afterwards. And Neeroz being aware that that conditioning is now in place and just getting the grab instead. Again, these levels on levels from Neeroz are just showing why at the moment he is playing like the superior player.
Yeah, most definitely so. 3 stocks to 1, you know. There's adaptation and then completely being in your opponent's head right now, and I feel like Neeroz has done just that. 120%, sitting comfortable even. Like, it feels like, you know, with this guy, he's in the clouds right now. He's in cloud 9 with the way he's playing, just absolutely relaxed. Oh my god.
Yeah, we can see Shaneak is getting these little hits here and there, going for the back throw here. The first ledge trap that we're going to be able to see, but again, it's so hard to ledge trap Pikachu when quick attack is such a strong force to be able to just get out of disadvantage. And that's the thing as well, right, is that we haven't really been seeing Neeroz being ledge trapped all that often, excuse me. So just, you can't even be ready for the mix-ups because you've not had that many situations to be mixed up in. But finally at 170%, Neeroz loses his first stock in this game.
First stock, yeah, but at what cost, you know, the guy, Shaneak, 50% on stock 1. I'm really hoping to change things around. You know, he splattered the little yellow rat in all in purple. Can he use that to his advantage? Maybe the extra knockback might prove to be advantageous as it slowly wears off here. The neutral airs once again, literally, like, if my words weren't convincing you, just look at the way he's used neutral air in the past 10 seconds. That's like got to be like at least six neutral airs in the past 10 seconds. That's absolutely crazy. Abusing the hell out of that tool he has.
And then just going for that F smash, maybe a little bit optimistic, trying to make a bit of a statement here. But Neeroz, again, just continuing the pace, trying to get something going. And again, Shaneak shaking his head, realizing that he's just a little bit too late on the mark to get some of these punishes. And again, Neeroz is catching a lot of these jumps out of shield as well. It really just feels like Neeroz just got the download at the moment. And I feel like we're going to need to see a new Shaneak in the game 4. Of course, Shaneak not out of it just yet, but it's pretty much, you know, it's looking to be curtains and the tried and true nair to up smash.
I think we're going to be seeing a counter pick from Shaneak.
Do you think?
I definitely think. I don't know. It's giving me a good vibe right now. I feel like he's definitely going to bring out the counter pick. He definitely does this. He does this often, and once again, he's got a wide repertoire of like characters, you know, in his arsenal. So I definitely would not be surprised at the counter pick. I'm going to be keeping an eye on his screen.
The wild part though is which character, because the vast majority, even of like the top tiers, the vast majority of them are like, okay, if I've got like my 6 top tiers under my belt, one of them is probably going to have a favorable matchup. But Pikachu notoriously loses to like very few
weird
characters.
Yeah, very few and weird characters, like being like Ness.
Game and Watch.
Game and Watch.
Like I'd be very surprised if we saw the Shaneak Game and Watch.
Oh, that didn't sound like Inkling. That did not sound like Inkling. I'm not too sure.
That's also training mode as well. So
what?
Look. What is happening? So we've got Shaneak going into training mode. Allowing up throw up echo. You know what? I respect the fact that Neeroz has just let my man go into training mode. And he was like, hang on, let me just double check that this combo actually works, yeah? I think my percents are off. Can I just double check?
He thought he had that 0.9, more than 0.9, probably like 1.1 times knockback boost on that or something, because he definitely wasn't getting those up air confirms. Up throw, up air confirms rather. And I'm so surprised that he's done that. They're just gone into training mode mid-set, then lab that out.
Just like, hey, hang on.
Hey, just give me a second. Okay, you know what? I mean, that just confirms it that he's still sticking with that Inkling. So my assumption was terribly wrong as we head into game 4. You know, game point 4, match point, sorry, for big man Neeroz himself. BMS win potentially. Who knows?
Of course, 34% already on Shaneak, and that is also an adjustment from Neeroz that we've seen from that game 1, game 2, is that these longer strings are beginning to come out from Pikachu. And again, we mentioned earlier on that sometimes it's that execution test that really brings out the broken side of Pikachu, and we are beginning to see it in these later games. The fact that, similar to Shaneak in game 1, Neeroz now is getting one hit and is just making the absolute most of it each and every single time.
Most definitely. So, you know, Neeroz absolutely, once again, hot on Shaneak's trail, following up all that entire carry across the stage with that forward air into the forward smash on the neutral gap. Shaneak is no longer in that peak performance I mentioned at the start of game 1. because he was playing completely different, night and day rather, from now and then. So
just using the forward airs and the neutral airs, the fact that it's multi-hit means that it's so much harder to parry, right? Because even if you parry one of the hits, you've got to parry that last hit to be able to get a punish, because you're either getting hit by the next multi-hit, or you can hold shield, but then there was no one parrying in the first place. So it's real hard. I feel like Shaneak is not able to get sort of that similar mileage from parries that we've seen Neeroz get. And Neeroz, I mean, is getting every single mileage right now. I want to know who he's getting his cast from, because that is some efficiency right there.
Oh my day.
And Shaneak missing the confirm. I'm missing another confirm as well. I like the fact we're not seeing a grimace in the camera. I feel like there might be a little reset in mentality, but you're going to need more than a mentality reset. You're going to need to reset your controller as well at this rate, because we're going to need to see something a little bit hotter than what we're seeing right now. Nearly 3 stocks to 1.
Nearly 3 stocks to 1, but Shaneak, you know, still got a bit of life left in him, you know, like the guy's still fighting real hard right now to make sure, you know, that he puts up a good performance in front of everyone right now. Shaneak still in it, I feel, you know. I think we see a little bit of life come out of this guy, you know. I mean, I don't know what happened, but labbing the up throw up air confirm seems to have, you know, he made him realize that.
Or maybe even just that mental reset, right? That idea of, right, I'm just going to go out, I'm going to go and do something else. Great awareness there, learning from the mistake from the first stock and just anticipating the jump out. But Neeroz making the most of a questionable down smash and getting an up smash. Shaneak nodding to the crowd. I definitely feel like we've had a mentality reset, and it's really good to see. And the set is a lot closer for it.
It's showing as well, yeah. No, it's so crazy how these brief moments. Oh, I respect the effort, definitely. Using the mash to position himself for the up smash, but he gets the weak hit, unfortunately. But there we go, back throw. Are you going to continue on the pressure? But the splat bomb is being thrown into the blast zone there. Shaneak, how are you going to take the stock right now? Way too high for the up throw up air.
Yeah, and even depending there, and oh my goodness, I actually feel like the splat bomb may have actually messed Shaneak up a little bit there, because otherwise you could have, you know, a side B sailing towards you, that's a forward smash in the making right there, but just landing into the splat bomb, and 201%, and the back throw
there we go.
Finally going to kill it, and the crowd erupting for their boy from the UK. They've got the crowd behind them. Shaneak is definitely making his way, making a real strong case for a Game 5.
Absolutely crazy, and bro, I really need to see this Game 5 manifest, but the way Neeroz is playing, he might want to end things early. Up throw up air, once again happening, 20%, but you know what? Neeroz makes it back double time. Parry, okay. Splat bombs being thrown out. The neutral air once again being used to combo Shaneak into these really difficult situations. Tech!
And the down tilt sending backwards for whatever reason. And again, I feel like Shaneak is just mere pixels away from this perfect spacing. And again, I like the fact that there, Shaneak didn't try to punish that, and the down smash, it isn't going to be enough just yet. We've still got some signs of life. And here we go, the back throw at early percent. It combos into a lot. I really like that DI there from Neeroz, making sure he was a little bit too high up for that forward air to continue. But again, Inkling has got ridiculous damage output, and Shaneak being one of the best pilots of the character, we are going to see it. I like the attempt at the ledge trump. We haven't seen that all set, but it isn't going to work out just yet. Trying to catch the jump away here. Shaneak is getting closer and closer.
Getting very close indeed. Doesn't manage to get the down air into the up smash though. But both players seem to be very desperate for a kill right now. Shaneak trying to make the most out of his rage that he's accumulated so far. Whereas Neeroz into the back air. Can he use the situation to finally take the stock? The forward air is going to do it. 3-1 to BMS.